Hi, back. It's been about 5 weeks and I decided, I think I'm crooked, so let me just adjust that just a little bit. Okay, I can't tell if that's any better or not, but it is. Anyway, it's been about 5 weeks. A lot of things happen. Some exciting things, some just, you know, regular daily things but I got a lot of stitching done. Sitting next to me, my backdrop today is a quilt that I made for my father. I'll get a little block in view there. Oh gosh, about 25 years ago. It's back home with me. He passed on about 10 years ago, and so a year and a half ago when my mom passed away, I mean, I left it there for her, but now it's back home with me. Anyway, so that's the little quilt show of the day. Okay, let's just jump right in, and I did it. I went to my boss and I asked him to cut down 1 day a week. I'd work about 4 days a week and then do that for about a month, and then I wanted to cut down to 3 days a week, and I wanted to get to at least half time or less. And so he says, sounds good to me, no problem, go for it. And he says, but I do have to talk to your immediate supervisor, whom I normally would have gone to in the proper channel of things. However, she is not one that is very congenial, and I can't really even consider her as a supervisor. She just got picked up our area, the utilities area, about a year ago, and it's been pretty bad ever since. But anyway, so I said, okay. He immediately went to her office, talked to her, and he told me she'd get back to me. Well, I waited, and I waited, and I waited. Nothing. A week later, I finally decided, okay, they've obviously decided, or she's decided, no, she's not going to go for it, and is just not even going to tell me. So I went to HR and I put in my resignation. I said, that's it, I'm gone in 2 weeks because I don't want to work full-time anymore. Too much has happened. I'm just ready. It was just kind of like, it just came over me. This is it. This is the time to do it. So he said, fine, I'll take care of it. Just go write me a letter and I will let them know. And so I did. Within an hour after me turning in the letter to him, she came to my desk and said, you're leaving? And I said, yeah. I mean, I requested to go down to 4 days, you know, and gradually work into half time a week ago, and I hadn't heard anything, so I figured that was just not in the cards. It wasn't something I could do. And she goes, oh, I guess I should have talked to you. You think? So anyway, she goes, well, can we talk about this? Can we have a meeting next week? And I said, sure. So next week I went in, and basically I decided by that point that, no, I wasn't going to do 4 days a week. I wasn't going to do 3 days a week. I would stay and work the busy week, the billing week, and maybe 1 day a week until they hired somebody and I got them trained, and then I was retiring. That was it. I just had kind of decided that it was time. So that's what happened. I worked that week out, and that was April 7th was my last day as far as full-time goes. And every once in a while you might hear a plane going over. But anyway, I left April 7th. I took a week off, basically. I think I had to go in the next week for just a couple hours to do something. And I just basically said, I will be there. I'll be back in a week or whenever, you know, just when things got really piled up, I would go in and take care of what I needed to take care of. And then I would be there the billing week. And so I was real happy. I really enjoyed my first week. I actually went to the grocery store at like 1 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. I haven't done that in ever, probably. It was just front row parking, nobody in the grocery store. I always hate grocery shopping, and this time it wasn't too bad. So I really enjoyed all that. I actually baked a lemon meringue pie, and I took a picture of it, and hopefully I will be putting it in here. And if not, I know I can add it at the end. So I did that. Oh gosh, I started, just piddling around the house, doing things here, cleaned out a cupboard, just kind of things that I've just been wanting to do, and it was so fun. And I got a lot of stitching done, because I think the first few days it was like totally relax, sleep in, and stitch all day, and that's what I did, and I loved it. So I do have a bit to show you. I kind of totally focused on a few pieces though, and so there's not much variety. I've got like 5 or 6 things to show you today. A couple of them are the Ear Whips. I have a baby update. If you remember way back in August, September, I told you there were 6 new babies coming in our family. Well, they're all here now. The last 2 were born in April. So here is the countdown. August, oh gosh, 18th, something like that. There's a baby boy born. He lives in Washington State. September, there was a little girl born. She lives here in Anchorage. November, there were 2 born. One's a little girl. She lives in North Carolina. One was my great-grandson. He, of course, lives here in Anchorage. And then March 30th, our little tiny baby girl was born here in Anchorage. She only weighed 4 pounds, 14 ounces, so she was kind of a little bit scary there. They induced early because mom was having some complications, but she's now, 6 weeks old, weighs going on 7 pounds. She's just doing really great, so we're all happy about that. And then the last one was born April 15th, something like that. I can't remember. And she lives in Arizona. And so they're all here. They're all healthy. They're all wonderful. And I will show you some pictures. Cole is almost 6 months old now, and he's just getting so cute, and so it's just wonderful. We're having a lot of fun with all our babies. But anyway, baby update, we're totally done for a while, probably till the next crop comes around. But anyway, okay, so let me look at my little cheat sheet here. I wanted to make sure that I started so I could tell you what all was going on here. I started writing things down. Okay. Oh, I do also have a surprise for Pepe. And I'm going to put that in, when should I put that in? Maybe I'll just make a little announcement at the end and put it in, but I just want him to know that I met one of his friends, maybe. I was on my way to work, and I had to stop at the printing place because we needed, since we moved at work, we needed to have new envelopes and new invoice paper, with our new address on it. So I'll put that in at the end, and I'll explain towards the end of the video what it is, and so that's kind of cool. Okay, let's get into stitching. The round robin, I got my third part that I was responsible for done, and let me see, it is in I guess I don't have it in the order that I thought I would have it in, but I'm gonna dig it out because this is it. This is the quilt. It's an Ursula Michael design. My quilt to do was the third one in there. You can see that it's like Stars and Stripes Forever. It was quick, it was fun, and I will show you now. There are 3 done, and it'll be leaving here in about let's see if I can get that in there straight. And I did the third one. There are 5 quilts, and it's going to be heading off here. I think next Monday is the mailing date to get this, and then it'll be heading for New York for Caitlin to do her portion on. And this round robin belongs to Chelsea, who lives in Massachusetts. So, and I think this is I'm going to be putting up a picture on the Facebook page here today or tomorrow before I send it off. But anyway, that was real fun to do. It just it went real fast, and it was lots of fun to do. Okay, now the year of whips that I've been working on. First one I added some more to the feeding deep sea fish, and what I did was the blue fish. I added some greens and some other stuff too, but what I basically worked on this past month has been that blue guy. So he's not completely done, but he's close to completely done. Didn't get my iron out to iron anything, but oh well. So that is him. And here's the rest of what things look like. And there is one, like a seahorse, I think, and some white coral up above that guy. And then there's just little coal and greenery a little bit more down throughout it. And then under the blue guy is just some coral and some greens, and then this will be done. And I'm really happy about that. So that will be 1 year of whips complete, and now that got a lot more free stitching time, I'm hoping to get it completed. The next year of whips is like 1 afternoon worth of back stitching away from being done, and that's this one, my DMC Dragonfly, and it was a lot of fun to work on. I ran out of some threads. I don't know why I always run out of threads on kits. I have a feeling that I don't know, I do like to do a lot of stitching 1 stitch at a time kind of thing. I don't know, I enjoy that, and I think that uses up more floss, and then of course if I have any that I have to rip out, that's going to use up floss. So I ended up having to find out, but DMC obviously tells you what numbers they're using, and so that was cool. I could get those done too. So I got all the stitching done. And here is Dragonfly stitching all done. I'm going to, well, I guess maybe it's not too bad. I was just thinking it might there. Maybe if I close it up a little bit, you can't see through it. Okay, how about that? But anyway, that is the Dragonfly stitching done, just some back stitching. There's a little back stitching left to do on the Dragonfly's tail and wings, and then just a few in the flower. It's not too back stitch heavy. So I will have that done the next time we speak. I'll have that one done. I'll have the fish done. And this next one is not a year whips, but it's one that I started and just kept working on until it was like done so quick. The only thing I have left to put on it is Cole's name. And this is his birth sampler. And it went so fast, and it is 100% done except for putting his name on it. And I thought I would show it to you before I put, because they just have like the first name here on this one. I'm going to put his full name on it. His parents want his full name on it, so I decided, well, I'll show it to you before I get his full name on it. And here, I'm going to try to use this paper. Let's see if that helps with showing it. There we go. How is that? There it is. It is done. It's 100% done, except, like I said, his name down there at the bottom. But it is just so cute in person. So next step for this, it will be one of my FFOs, and that's going to be, I have so many plans for being able to stitch and stitch and stitch and stitch. With all this time off, because I've decided that I'm going to only do this week of, and then, you know, a day or two on the other weeks. I'm only going to do that for a couple months, because last week was the one week that I had all this time off, and I had to go back last week and work full week. And let me tell you, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I just thought, and it just kind of, then it put me off kilter, and it was like I was just getting into the mode of doing little things here and there, and baking, and making some fun things that you know, when you're working, at least when I work, I come home and I didn't have to cook for a family, so I just didn't want to do any of that kind of stuff, and I kind of missed it, being that I at one time lived on a farm, and when I had my little babies, and I, you know, was a stay-at-home mom, and I grew a huge 1/4 acre garden and put up all the, you know, had a root cellar, did canning. I actually sold some vegetables to the local, small town, local grocery store, and I did all that kind of stuff, and I loved it. I mean, I made our bread, I made our mayonnaise, I churned our butter, I did all that. And now that sounds like way too much work, but I want to get back into a little bit of that, so I'm going to do that. Okay, next one. I think I kept putting off making this video because I wanted to have a finish. I wanted to, and it kept getting so close, and yet I didn't quite do it. But this, my Civil War Dear Jane quilt, Jane A. Stickle quilt, is so close to being done. You'll just be amazed. I only had the top half done last time, when I left off working on this last time, and I just thought I would do like another 1/4 of it, like the bottom 1/4. I was just gonna do this part here, no, this part here of it, and I just, every time I'd finish a little thing, I would move on to another, and I couldn't stop, and then it would be, oh, it's 9 o'clock at night, I don't want to stop and start on something else, so I'll just keep working on this a little bit more. So anyway, this is how much is finished. I just have, let's see, make sure I get this the right way up, and hopefully this is, see, do I have the whole thing in? This is where I am, and you see I just have that bottom little section to go, just the edges there. All the center blocks are completely done. There's just that little bit there, and it has been so much fun. I almost don't want this to be over. I'm going to get you a little close-up of some of these blocks. It has just been so much fun. And like I said, just that little corner there, that little corner I've got to do, and I'm probably going to finish that today or tomorrow. I do have to go into work tomorrow. I think I was covering up the mic. I do have to go into work tomorrow, because even though I finished with all my stuff, there's a portion of stuff I have to do after these other ladies are done with what they do, and then I can go in and compile the reports and do the last, closeout kind of stuff. And they're just finishing up today, so I'll go in tomorrow. Today, by the way, is Monday, April 8th. But anyway, I am so looking forward to that. So this is also another one of those ones where I'm hoping next time you see this baby, she's going to be framed. And I'm going to attempt to frame her myself. And that's all that I worked on. But like I said, I totally got working on something and couldn't stop. I just had to go. And then of course one of my weeks was totally filled up with work. All right, anything else happening? I don't think so. It's not a whole lot of stuff going on this video. It seems like there should be a lot more to report on or tell, and I'm still got plans to go to the Flosstube retreat in Austin, and I think there was a couple ladies that are planning to go there a day early, so I'm hoping we can plan to meet up and go out Thursday night or stay in Stitchin Thursday night, have a couple of Austin's famous somethings. I don't know. My daughter lives there. Maybe she'll fill me in on what's exciting to do. Or just sit around and stitch and get to know each other. That will be so much fun. Anyway, next really important thing that I'm sure you're all waiting for is the drawing. I've been getting stuff together for the drawing for the 5 winners. There were 75 entries, so that was very good. I have everything together except for one thing that I still have to do, so that'll be just a little surprise thing that's going to be in each of the packages when you get it. So let me just show you what's coming in the prize for everyone. I did take a bunch of pictures of the Alaska Wildberry company when I was there getting these things, and so I'm going to insert those pictures at the end. So when I say goodbye, there'll probably be a couple more things. So don't shut me off too quick. Okay, first thing. That these things get so addicting that I have to stay away from that store. But they are called, and this will be one of the things in the package, they are Alaska Gold Nuggets. And it's chunks of chocolate covered in a gold, not real gold, but some kind of, gold flavored, not gold flavored, I don't know what gold would taste like, but anyway, you'll see when you get them, but anyway, you can kind of see what they look like there. But those, and I tell you, I have to be real careful because I can sit and just chew on these. Okay, that's the first thing that's in the package. Second thing that's in the package is another one of my favorites. I was gonna, pick out some of their like their hand dipped and hand done chocolates. Well, these are, but they're totally packaged and sealed. And I thought, no, better than sending something kind of in an open little gift box. So the next thing are chocolate toffee crunch and all these things are made locally here, and these are really good. In fact, I got the 5 boxes of these, and I came home and it's like, well, I've obviously had these, but I never had it in the packaged box, and I thought, I better just open one and make sure the candy is good. So I did. So I had to go buy another one of these, and it passed the test. So that will be in the box. I talked about one of my favorite tools, and some of you probably already have this, but this is the kind of thing where you can always have more than one. And that is, I got each of you a snag nabbit. I find myself, I have to go in and use this on this Dear Jane quilt one because there's a couple threads that are just a little looser than they should be. So that's in there. And then I got patterns, and I figured, well, since this time of my life I am retiring and spending a lot of time at home, that I thought I would get each of you a pattern that has something to do with home, or maybe a favorite hobby or something like, and they're all from Country Cottage Needleworks, and one of them is the Flower Shop. I've included all the DMC threads. If it called for beads or anything like that, I did not get those, and but I did fill all of them with that. So that's the first one. The next one is the bookstore, and that will be heading someone's way. The next one is the Needlework Shop, and that will be heading someone's way. And the next two, I got them not realizing they didn't have that many DMC threads, but they only have like, oh, this one does have a lot of DMC threads in there, and they also have like Classic Colorworks, but they also list the DMC equivalent if you want to do that. This one I don't have totally all the threads filled in there. I guess when I went to buy them, I didn't pick up all the right threads. So I still have a little bit to do on this one, but this one is called Stop and Smell the Roses. Something I definitely plan to do in retirement. So this obviously is a retirement theme. And the last one is Home Sweet Home. And it also is one, it doesn't really call for very many colors. It only calls for 2 DMC colors, and then 2 classic and 2 gentle arts. But like I said, I will put the DMC alternates in there, but if you want to go ahead and get the specialty threads, then obviously that's your choice. But anyway, so those are the five patterns. And so there's the candy, there's the tulle, there's the pattern, there's the threads, and then there's one other thing that I could show you, but I don't really want to show you because I'm going to, well, let me see if I can dig them out here. I don't know if I can or not. Oh, maybe not. I can't dig them out because I think they're over in another box. But it'll be something that you'll like, and it is Alaskan. It's Alaska souvenir kind of thing, but it also has something to do with needlework, and so it'll just be a surprise. And maybe when I get them put together the way I want to put them together, I might do a little film clip so I can show everybody in my next video what that 5th thing was for the 500 giveaway. So now comes the fun part of let's go to, let me see how this shows up here. The random generator. I tried it out. Let's see, does that show very well? Yeah, well, maybe not. You might just have to believe me. I don't know if it does or not. Oh, well, let's see. Let me go back. But like I said, there were 75 entries. Okay, now my computer, my little, I have to go back into random.org. Or, yeah, so random.org or random.com. Here it's com. No, it's random.org. I know. This is rude. I'm getting right to it. It's just, I'm just like, the anticipation is growing and growing. Ah, there we go. Random.org. And you see that? Oh, there. I think if I get really close, you can see it. Okay. There were 75 entries. And I am going to do the first one. I got my handy dandy pen here, so I make sure I write down the right persons. Usually go to 42. And there's 64.75. Okay, got you all here. So we're going to do the first one. See there? I'm going to put in 275, 75, okay, 1 to 75. I'm going to generate. The first winner is 23. Number 23 is Her Has Stitcher. My writing maybe. Her Has Stitcher. I could have wrote it down wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. All right. We're going to generate again. It's still on 1 to 75. I'm generating. Next number is 45. Number 45 is Susan Hennessy. So Susan, congratulations. All right, we're going to generate again. The number is number 5. You can see that, number 5. And number 5 is Ms. Rowe, Mizzrowe. Okay. And the fourth one is number 20. And number 20 is Ginger Gerald Stitcher. So Ginger Gerald, you are number 4. You get one of the little Alaska packs. And now the final. The final generating is number 10. And number 10 is Carol McIntyre. All right, so go over those again. And the first one is Her Has Stitcher. Number 2 is Susan Hennessy. Number 3 is Ms. Rowe. Number 4 is Ginger Gerald Stitcher. And number 5 is Carol McIntyre. So, what I think I'm going to do is I am going to put my email down in the comments there, and I probably am not going to get that set up tomorrow because I'm going to try to set up one that is just for stitching, and so I just need to go into my provider and set up a new email because I think I can have like 5 emails. So I'll do that, and so that will probably be set up before this gets uploaded because I'm not able to upload until tomorrow. We have like 500 gigs of data that we can download and upload, but my grandson decided a couple days ago to do this major upgrade to his Apple computer, and boy did that suck up the download data. And so today is my last day, and we're on the way they work it here is if you always have internet, but when your data runs out, instead of just like cutting you off and you have no more or charging you over your data limit fees, they just slow you down major. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to try to upload this when I'm on this, you know, real slow, pokey internet. So plus gives me time to edit tonight and tomorrow, even though I have to go to work tomorrow. And so I'll have the website set up and I'll be able to do that. I mean, not the website, but the email site. So then you can all email me privately. Let me know what your addresses are. And I will get these packages out within the week. And so hopefully everybody likes what they get, because it was lots of fun to do it. And I guess that's it. So now let me go to the Pepe story. As I was saying, I had to go out and get new invoices and new envelopes for our office. And so I went to the local print shop called Chinook Printing, and I walked in, and right behind the front counter was what you're going to see, was this. And what it was Pepe's long-lost relative, cousin, whomever, or just a random skeleton. And I went, and he's sitting, you'll have to see the thing, but he's sitting and working at a printing press, an old antique printing press, you know, where they put the little block letters in each, you know, thing, and then put that plate down, and then they, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I just laughed. I said, "Oh my gosh, who's that?" And she said, she says, "Oh, that's George. He's the oldest print setter in Alaska." And I went, "Cool. Can I take pictures of him?" So she let me take pictures of him, and I said, because I know someone who would be interested in knowing that George is even here. And Kim McKenna, George is still working. I think Pepe needs to maybe contribute a little bit, get a job. I mean, if this guy can still be typesetting, you know, for excuse me, then I think that Pepe should be able to maybe supply you with some more sparklies. Who knows? But anyway, so that's what's going to be at the end. I also maybe have a little video that I'm going to show you of sweet little Cole at the end. The other night when I was watching him while his mom and dad were out at the movies. And I think it really is time to go. My throat is saying, okay, I want to cough now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, see you later. And excuse me. I might even try to knock that out if I spend some time editing. So anyway, it's been fun, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
beds out there for them. They all found a little sun patch and they were sunbathing for a while, and sniffing the flowers and watching the insects and things.